Did you hear the news? Just 5 minutes ago, Prince William confirmed something that nobody saw coming. Meghan Markle, the Duchess who captured the world's attention, is reportedly being excluded from King Charles's final will and legacy documents. Think about that for a second. Excluded. Out of the picture entirely. After years of headlines, drama, and speculation, the monarchy is drawing a line that could change everything for her, and it's happening right now. But before we continue, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for updates. But why? Why now? And what does this really mean for Meghan's future, her public image, and her place in the royal hierarchy? That's what we're diving into today, because this story isn't just gossip, it's history in motion, unfolding live. Imagine being in Meghan's shoes. 1 minute you're still part of the inner circle, and the next, doors are being slammed shut. The very documents that define legacy, inheritance, and influence are denying you a role. It's shocking, and it raises questions that everyone is asking. Was this planned for years, or did a recent decision trigger it? This isn't just about money or titles. The will and legacy documents carry weight far beyond the legal. They shape perception, power, and the story that history will tell. To be left out is more than exclusion, it's a statement. And when Prince William himself confirms it, the signal is loud and clear. Meghan's chapter in the royal narrative is being rewritten. Now, I know what you're thinking. Maybe this is just another rumor, exaggerated by the tabloids. But insiders say otherwise. Sources close to the palace describe tense meetings, hushed conversations, and private discussions where this decision was finalized. Some say it's the culmination of long-standing disagreements. Others claim it's a strategic move to consolidate influence within the family. Either way, the ripple effects are huge. The media is already buzzing, and social media is lighting up with speculation. Fans and critics alike are weighing in, but no one has the full story yet. And that's exactly why you need to watch closely. The details are only now coming to light, piece by piece. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why this moment is more than just a headline. It's a turning point in the monarchy, in Meghan's life, and in the legacy of King Charles. We'll cover everything: the family dynamics, the legal implications, the historical context, and the shocking reactions from those who witnessed it all unfold. And trust me, you don't want to miss the part about what insiders say could happen next. It's something that might completely upend the royal family's plans. For weeks, the palace was silent. Rumors swirled. Headlines screamed speculation. But no one dared confirm the truth, until now. Prince William finally broke that silence, and what he said has sent shockwaves through royal watchers, tabloids, and social media alike. The future of Meghan Markle, the Duchess who has captivated and divided the world, has been put into question in a way that no one expected. It started with a brief statement, delivered with the precision and authority you've come to associate with William. He didn't mince words. Sources say he was calm, almost cold, as he confirmed that Meghan will not be included in King Charles's final will or legacy documents. For a family that thrives on appearances, this was seismic. Imagine hearing your name deliberately excluded from a document that defines your place in history. That's the gravity of this announcement. And for Meghan, it's more than disappointing. It's a public statement of exclusion that will ripple through her legacy forever. Why did William feel the need to speak now? Insiders suggest there were internal tensions that reached a boiling point. Meghan's past controversies, Harry's outspoken criticism, and the ongoing scrutiny of the family by the press created a perfect storm. And while many expected this to be handled quietly behind closed doors, William made it clear. The world needs to know. His message was concise, but the implications are anything but simple. This isn't just a personal decision. It's a strategic move to consolidate control over the family's legacy, and it speaks volumes about where loyalties lie. The reaction was immediate. Courtiers were reportedly stunned. Staff in Buckingham Palace were seen whispering in the corridors, trying to understand the timing and the reasoning. Across the internet, fans expressed disbelief. Social media exploded with speculation, ranging from shock to anger to outright amusement at the royal family's relentless drama. But one thing is certain. When a royal of William's stature makes a public statement, it isn't casual, it's calculated. Every word, every pause, every glance is loaded with meaning, and the decision to exclude Meghan was no exception. But what makes this even more intriguing is the timing. Why announce it now, rather than wait for King Charles's eventual passing? Some sources suggest that there were private conversations behind the scenes, tense discussions that left William convinced this was the only way to protect the monarchy's image and future. Others hint at legal maneuvers, preparing the family for scenarios that Meghan might challenge. And in the middle of all this, Meghan is reportedly blindsided, forced to process a reality where her influence and inheritance have been stripped away, at least on paper. The palace might appear calm on the surface, but beneath it, tension is building. Allies are whispering, opponents are plotting, and the world is watching with bated breath. What William has said may seem final, but insiders hint there's far more to come. Secrets, reactions, and potential moves that could shake the monarchy even further. And the next revelation? It's something that goes beyond William's statement, a detail so surprising that it could rewrite everything we thought we knew about Meghan's position in the royal family. When most people hear royal will, they think of money and property. But in reality, King Charles's final will and legacy documents are far more than that. They are the blueprint of power, influence, and history itself. These documents determine who shapes the monarchy's narrative long after the king is gone. And now, Meghan Markle's name is reportedly missing from that blueprint. Missing. Completely. So what exactly are these legacy documents? They're more than legal papers. They're a declaration of the monarchy's priorities. They outline who will inherit estates, trusts, titles, and, crucially, who will have influence over family decisions in the decades to come. They are the ultimate instrument of control, ensuring that the family's image, wealth, and authority remain aligned with the king's vision. To be included is to be immortalized in the inner workings of the monarchy. To be excluded is to be erased from that influence entirely. Think about it. These documents are carefully drafted over years, often with lawyers, courtiers, and historians consulting behind the scenes. Every name, every clause, every annotation is deliberate. It's not simply about fairness or sentiment. Exclusion is a message. And in Meghan's case, insiders claim it is a stark signal. Her role in the monarchy's future is not only limited, it's actively restricted. Here's what makes it even more striking. Meghan has already been a public figure in the royal family. She has represented the monarchy in international engagements, launched charitable initiatives, and commanded global attention. Normally, that would warrant inclusion in legacy documents at the very least as a symbolic figure. Yet the reports suggest the opposite. Some royal experts argue this is unprecedented in modern history, a family member of such prominence being formally sidelined before the passing of the monarch. It's a move loaded with significance and, some would say, a touch of retribution. The emotional weight here is enormous. Imagine dedicating years to public service under the family name, only to find yourself excluded from the documents that define how history will remember you. How would that feel? For Meghan, it's not just a legal or financial slight. It's a personal and symbolic rejection. Insiders claim that this has sent shockwaves not only through the royal household, but also through Meghan's inner circle, who are now scrambling to understand what this exclusion means for her influence and public image. And yet, there's a twist. Sources hint that while her name is missing from the official documents, there may be informal provisions or ways the family intends to preserve certain elements of her legacy. But nothing is guaranteed. The tension between formal exclusion and potential behind-the-scenes maneuvering is a story in itself, a subtle chess game being played in the quiet corridors of power. The question now becomes, why would William allow, or perhaps even insist on, such exclusion? Some speculate it's about consolidating control. Others believe it's about sending a message to Harry, to the public, or even to Meghan herself. And insiders hint that the reasoning goes far deeper than just a matter of inheritance. But what those insiders have revealed about the true motivations behind Meghan's exclusion could shock even the most seasoned royal watchers. And what came next in the palace would prove that this is far from the final chapter. Could Meghan Markle's past finally be catching up with her? That's the question palace insiders are asking, and many believe the answer is yes. To understand why Prince William confirmed her exclusion from King Charles's legacy documents, we need to look beyond the headlines and into the controversies, missteps, and tensions that have followed Meghan since she first joined the royal family. It began with media scrutiny. From the moment she stepped onto the balcony at Buckingham Palace, Meghan became a target. Every outfit, every word, every glance was dissected in tabloids around the world. For someone used to Hollywood life, the intensity of royal life was unparalleled. But the controversies didn't end there. Leaked letters, accusations of staff mistreatment, and public feuds painted Meghan as a polarizing figure. While Harry fiercely defended her, William and other senior royals reportedly grew frustrated with the constant media storms and perceived disruption to the family's image. But it wasn't just the headlines. Insiders say private tensions played a major role. Conversations behind closed doors reportedly included warnings, quiet ultimatums, and discussions about how Meghan's actions affected the family's reputation. One source revealed that certain family members believed her approach to public engagement, particularly her own charitable ventures and media appearances, was straying too far from royal protocol. In their view, it was more than rebellion. It was a challenge to the carefully curated hierarchy of the monarchy. Some may argue that this is all speculation, but there are tangible markers of how Meghan's past could have influenced William's decision. For instance, the family reportedly considered her high-profile media strategy, interviews, documentaries, and partnerships with global brands, as a factor that might complicate the monarchy's image if she were formally included in the king's legacy documents. Each of these actions, while perhaps understandable in a celebrity context, clashed with centuries-old expectations of discretion, loyalty, and tradition. Then there's the emotional angle. Excluding someone isn't just a legal or strategic move, it's personal. Sources hint that Meghan's exclusion was also about setting boundaries, sending a message that some doors are no longer open, and that certain choices have consequences. William's confirmation, some insiders say, was as much about family dynamics as it was about inheritance. It's a delicate balance of authority, loyalty, and legacy, and Meghan, for better or worse, has become central to that tension. But here's the twist. While her past certainly factored into this decision, insiders hint that there's more behind the scenes than the public knows. Some say long-standing disputes, whispered disagreements, and even secret negotiations played a role, turning what seemed like a personal slight into a strategic, historic maneuver. And just when you think you understand the reasons, there's a revelation about William's motivations that could completely change how we view this decision. And it's something the public has yet to hear. Could Meghan's exclusion from King Charles's legacy documents be about more than her past? Many insiders believe it's a clear reflection of the growing rift between William and Harry, and by extension, a deeper strategy to protect the monarchy's image. This isn't just sibling rivalry. It's a battle for influence, legacy, and control over the royal narrative. The tension between William and Harry has been escalating for years. What started as minor disagreements has evolved into very public clashes over the family's future. William, as the heir apparent, has always carried the weight of responsibility for the monarchy's image. Harry, meanwhile, has increasingly charted his own path, publicly challenging royal traditions and supporting Meghan in ways that William reportedly saw as destabilizing. According to insiders, Meghan's actions, interviews, public statements, and media ventures only magnified this tension, forcing William to act decisively. Sources suggest that William's decision to confirm Meghan's exclusion was a calculated move to assert authority. It's not merely about her. It's about drawing a line between the brothers, a statement that the inner workings of the monarchy will not be swayed by external influence, no matter how persuasive or public-facing. William reportedly wanted to send a message. Boundaries have been crossed, and tradition must be upheld. But there's irony here. Harry, who has often positioned himself as Meghan's protector, might now find that William's move has put him in a delicate position. Excluding Meghan also indirectly affects Harry, signaling that his influence over the family's legacy is limited. It's a subtle, strategic maneuver that reinforces hierarchy while creating tension that could escalate if mishandled. The emotional stakes are high. Imagine being Harry, caught between loyalty to his wife and respect for family protocol. Reports say he is furious but restrained, carefully weighing public reactions against private confrontation. And the palace atmosphere, insiders claim, is electric with tension, every interaction charged with unspoken words and simmering resentment. Yet, even with all this drama, there's an underlying strategy. By excluding Meghan and signaling authority over legacy, William may be trying to stabilize the monarchy's image before it faces even more scrutiny from the media and the public. He is controlling the narrative, positioning himself as protector of tradition, and, some argue, quietly warning Harry and Meghan that crossing established lines has consequences. But here's the bombshell. Some insiders hint that the rift between the brothers isn't just personal. It could influence decisions far beyond inheritance. There's talk of legal consultations, undisclosed clauses in the legacy documents, and strategic planning that could affect not only Meghan's future, but Harry's role in the monarchy as well. And the most shocking part? The next revelation suggests there's a private conversation between the brothers that could completely change the story, and what was said might shock the entire world.